Show.
Welcome to the Okie Show, the podcast that goes into the finer details of Oklahoma's film and music industry. Today I'm sitting across from three individuals that do improv comedy. And you guys are all in three different improv troupes. Mr. Jason Dougherty, who is returning for the... He's only our second repeat guest.
I'm friend of the show number 2.
That's right.
Damn you, Zach, who I've never met, but you beat me to the punch. So
You've never met Zach?
I don't think I've ever met Zach.
I can't believe that's even possible.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
what improv troupe are you with?
I'm with Take One.
Fantastic. And then Miss Kelly Lawson. Dear friend Kelly Lawson, welcome.
Thank you very much. Yes.
And you were also in Take One, but you
Yes.
have been in several other groups.
Yes. Take One, and then Heel Turn is my other troupe that I'm in. Not currently active in the troupe.
Which is totally fine because you have two tiny ones.
Yes.
And one brand spanking new tiny one.
Right. I just pushed it out.
Bouncing baby
Just
girl.
pushed her out.
Just squeezed her right out, and here you are.
Yes. Yes.
Sneezed. That was that was just a couple hours ago.
Yeah. So I'm like, good. I'm recovered now.
Yeah.
No big deal.
And then over here we have John Tetzloff, another dear friend of mine, who is first time into the show. Duh.
Woo.
But you just started up your own group called...
Oh, that's not technically my group, but as a group effort, myself and some others, we've created a group called the Basement Dwellers at UCO down in Edmond, University of Central Oklahoma. But I've also been part of Casual Friday and Take One.
That's right. And Casual Friday is the group that we all started a while ago, but we've become so freaking busy.
It was a dream. It was a dream
that we just got to. Adulthood collided with the dream.
It's still floating out there
we did
somewhere.
a couple shows.
We still get random likes on Facebook.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. And we've done 2 sketch comedy
Our
short
social
films,
media
too.
is still live, but
Yeah.
Because you're so laid back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
we're
Casual
casual.
Friday. We can be casual. But
we're so casual. We haven't done a show in forever.
I know. We should probably, take our sweatpants off and...
We need to suit up.
Yeah.
We need to suit
So
up.
we
a
need
little
to
What
suit
bit.
if
up
we
and
did
do a
that? What
Casual
if we
Friday
did
show.
one show and be like, all right, see you in 2 years? Like that,
Yeah,
that becomes a
basically.
thing.
Yeah, because we started the improv group. We did a couple shows. We did a crap ton of rehearsing. And then you, John, went off to the military, which thank you for your service, sir.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
You selfishly had a baby.
I had my first baby, yeah. See, the
No,
problem
you
is we do have to do it every 2 years because that's how many
Selfish.
times I have a baby. I have a baby every 2 years.
Right.
It's a recurring thing. I just keep having babies every 2 years. So if we could squeeze in a show between.
So by the time you're 80, that means you're going to have like 60 kids.
Yeah.
Squeezing a show
Because I can
between
do math.
squeezing out the kids.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to beat that whatever her 19 kids and counting, 21 kids and counting.
Hey, that's
we
your
can beat a
reality
record.
show.
Yeah. I want to get
Figured out the way
paid to
your
have
reality
babies.
show. Okay, so what we're going to do today, this is going to be a different kind of episode. Normally we have like a big, long interview, and then we do improv. But since you guys are improvisers, we are going to do some improv games. We're going to walk our audience through the process that it takes to basically put on an improv show. Because none of this is written. Everything's made up, and the rules don't matter.
I mean, we think we have something written. Like
We have a basic outline here. We've got our games written down. But this is pretty much how a normal show would go.
Yeah.
Like
Set up your set list.
Yeah. The only
Set
difference is that
list,
we haven't
and
played
that's
together in a long time, and I am rusty as
Hey,
crap.
that's fun. That's the whole fun of the part.
Yeah.
People are gonna have to listen to you fail.
Exactly.
We're all going to laugh at you.
So we're going to do this first game is called Mind Meld, and John, why don't you explain this game?
With Mind Meld, it's just a little warm up, trying to get everybody on the same page. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start. We're sitting in a circle here. I'm gonna lean over to Kelly, and at the count of 3, we're gonna say some random words. And then it's going to be Kelly and Jason's turn, and you guys are going to use those 2 words that we spouted off and try to think of one thing that's associated and then say that word. And the goal is to eventually say the same word.
Right.
Most common denominator, right?
Yeah,
Kind of
yep.
Yeah.
thing.
And these
Finally
are
get your way
what we're
down.
doing right now is called warm-up games, and it's really important to do that. I should probably do it with my guests a lot more than I do.
Agreed.
Poor former guests. What's some other reasons that doing warm-up games is a good thing?
Trusting your group that they're on the same page as you. That's what this game is great for that. Knowing that you guys are of one mind and you're going to catch each other. If you have a thought, they're going to flow with it.
Yeah, exactly. Because especially in this situation right here, like a lot of us have played together in other groups before. Obviously, not all of us have played together recently. But when you're doing a format where sometimes you have situations where your players aren't part of a troupe, it's just a bunch of players who are putting on a show, and you need to make sure that whatever those players are doing, that everybody is, like you all said, on the same page and
and that happens
functioning as a
lot
unit.
with like the all-star shows with OKC
Oh, yeah.
Improv.
Yeah. You get random people from different groups, and knowing how they are as individual improvisers and what their funny is a good thing to keep in mind when you're playing with someone you don't usually play with.
And it's nice. And it's nice to get your brain juiced just to flowing. Juices are flowing. Because
I need
it's
that
funny
right now.
because everybody's like, oh no, improv, I gotta think. That the point is not to think.
Yeah, you think too much.
Flink.
Yeah.
It's not to think, and you just kind of just go.
So let's play this game. This is Mind Meld.
3, 2, 1. Water.
Bing Crosby.
Water and Bean Crosby.
Water and Bing Crosby. Okay. 3,
Three,
2,
two,
1.
one.
White
Snow.
Christmas. Oh, White Christmas
was
and
there.
snow.
White Christmas.
Ooh, okay.
All right, here we go.
3, 2, 1. Danny
Holidays.
K. Danny K and Holidays.
Danny K?
and Holidays.
Because I went with White Christmas and Bing Crosby, dude. Come on.
All right, okay.
3, 2, 1. Christmas album.
Oh, it's so close! It's so close!
Christmas album and Christmas.
That's pretty close.
Whenever I do this with Laney, we have a rule that we can't
shoot.
repeat a word, but that's okay in this scenario, right?
No, you
No.
still can't repeat
No, you're not
the word.
supposed to repeat the
not
word.
supposed to
Okay,
repeat
all right.
words.
So
So
Christmas is out.
Christmas
Christmas
is
is
out.
out, and so is
Jeez.
Christmas album.
And tree.
3,
2, 1.
Jingle
Vinyl.
bells.
Vinyl
and
jingle bells.
3,
2, 1.
Nat
Record
King
player.
Cole. Nat King Cole and record player.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. 3,
3, 2, 1. The
Chestnuts.
Christmas song.
Isn't that the same song? though?
It's
the
called
same
the
song?
Christmas
Chestnuts
song.
roasted on an open
fire.
fire. We're talking
Yeah,
about the
the
same
Christmas
freaking
song.
thing. Does that
No.
work? Does that
No,
count?
no.
No.
As much as you want it to count.
You want it to
it's
count.
not
That is not real.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Oh, I'm so screwed right now.
All right. 3, 2,
2,
1.
Frozen.
Rose. What? That was not a word.
Was this that rock, paper, scissors round
So,
where
hey,
you just like
remember-
threw a rock, but you tried to poke out the
Yeah,
scissors last
I mean,
second?
fork.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, so you remember how we were talking about how Brian was going to fail at this?
That just happened.
Yeah.
English.
Okay.
What were you
Right.
going to say?
I was
said
going to
frozen.
say roasting.
Roasting.
And
Right.
I
Like
said
to the
frozen.
You said
chestnuts.
frozen, and I said roasting.
Frozen and roasting.
Just say
Roasting.
roasting.
Yeah, the intent was roasting. Well,
Roasting and frozen.
Yeah. Roasting
Okay.
and frozen.
Okay.
Those are literally
Okay.
the opposite things.
3, 2, 1.
Every
Snowman.
mother in America.
every
Oh.
mother in America and
Roasting frozen. Like
Hey.
literally like
What was
burning
yours?
it because they've
Snowman.
watched it 20,000
Snowman and
times.
every mother in America. Snowman. Okay.
It's too cerebral.
Sorry.
3, 2, 1. Disney
Frosty.
on Ice.
Disney on Ice and Frosty. Okay.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
3, 2, 1.
State
Disney.
Fair. State Fair.
Fair.
State Fair and
State Fair and what?
I said Disney.
State Fair,
State Fair and Disney.
you might have to zoom back out and then like refocus.
3, 2, 1.
Frontier City.
I don't even know.
Ooh.
Corn dogs and Frontier City. Ooh.
Frontier City
I
and
know how your
corn
brain
dogs.
works. I know what that word was.
3, 2, 1.
blank.
Carnies.
Because I literally forgot everything in my mind just now.
Blank and carnies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Blank
okay.
Carnies. Okay.
Blank and carnies. I got this.
I'm feeling you, but I don't know. Okay.
All right.
You can't
Three,
say that on just microphones. They don't know what's going on.
1.
Missing
Fright
teeth.
Fest. Dang
Missing
it.
teeth.
Fright Fest?
Missing teeth and Fright Fest.
Ooh, we're getting close. We're getting close.
Fright Fest. Okay. All right. 3,
Okay.
2,
2,
1.
1. Redneck.
Rednecks.
Yes!
Oh!
Yes!
Yeah!
Such an
I was
Oklahoma
thinking
way
that
to
too.
win that.
Brian,
In my
you've
mind, I was
redeemed
like,
yourself.
Please say rednecks.
Yes!
Please say rednecks. Please say rednecks.
Yeah.
Say rednecks. We're on the same page, though.
Yeah,
We're getting
yeah.
pretty,
Feeling-
got
feeling
pretty good
good.
at that.
So this next warm-up game we're gonna do, and this is a breaking game. And Kelly, could you explain what breaking is?
Yeah, breaking is when you laugh in a scene. You know, you're trying to be serious and you're in a scene, you're in the moment, and then all of a sudden someone says something funny and you just crack up and break character. So
Those
You know,
moments we all
Jimmy
wait for
Fallon.
on SNL.
yeah, Jimmy Fallon. But it's great to watch, not great to do. So we have to practice it, right? We gotta
Yes.
get better at not laughing at each other because we're all hilarious people.
Right. So we're gonna play a game called British Guards. And Jason, could you describe this game?
I can't because I've never played it before.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
So the
Brian.
purpose of this game, I mean, it's literally two people in a scene trying to break each other. So you just say something super calm, super chill, but whatever it is, it needs to be outrageous enough to make that person laugh.
Okay, so this is British Guards, and we're going to start off with Kelly and Jason, since you haven't played the game
Sure.
before.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
And they're going to stand next to each other, facing, not towards each other, but just facing the same direction.
Facing out. Yes.
And you're standing like British Guards. Standing
Except
at
holding
attention.
microphones.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Like rapper British Guards. And here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Reginald,
Steven.
I have a forest of butt hair.
A forest, huh?
A deep, dark, gnarly, dirty forest.
Deep, dark, gnarly, dirty forest. Sounds unplumbed.
That it is, Reginald, and I need you to spread and shave.
Spread and shave. Well, you're in luck. I didn't bring a razor,
Okay,
but my
Kelly,
standard issue scabbard. I didn't even have to do anything. You just
just because you're hiding it from the microphone doesn't mean we can't see.
do that to yourself.
Cheater.
No, you can't hear it, so it didn't happen.
Oh, we saw it. All right, no, so Jason wins.
Yeah,
So
so
now one of us, either myself or Brian, are gonna have to take him out. I'll take a shot
right.
at this. I usually get myself out because I say something that I think is funny.
You
every
break
time.
yourself.
I break myself every time.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Man, last night was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, it totally was.
I had no idea you could take so many.
Bartholomew, you'll learn one day that Jello shots are just they're just a precursor.
I learned that.
There it
Jason,
goes.
this is your first time playing it.
I know.
I mean-
I know. Why did you look at me, Brian?
You broke character.
You guys are just trying to make me feel good about myself.
Yep,
We
that's
just
what's.
want you to
We're gonna
win.
come in and we're gonna own it in a second.
Yes, here we go.
Hey, John, you want to ding us in? Or
Yeah.
Kelly? Or?
Go ahead. Oh, yeah. Ding
Group
it.
effort
Ding
together.
it. 1, 2, 3.
Go.
Ding.
Charles,
Steven,
my testicles are aching, Charles.
the testicles are aching.
Is it your fault, Charles?
I'm not the one who's knocking them around all the time.
No, or are you? You know what you did.
I know what I did, but it's not pertinent to your testicles.
How are your testicles, Charles?
My testicles are
God,
smooth as a baby's.
Kelly, do you think you got it?
Jason,
I think
you're
I'm pretty good to go.
Go
All
for
right,
it.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Are we going
Someone
in?
break this
John.
man.
All right, we got this. We got this.
I just don't think anything's funny. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Jonathan, you really have to stop showing up late.
Beavis, I'm pretty sure I've been here on time the whole time.
The Queen hired.
That's right. I interviewed last week, and I've been here 7 days. That's how much is in a week. And I'm pretty sure that I've showed up on time. Seems
No, I'm
like
just
I
really
live next to my post.
I'm just
so-
really confused because I'm just now realizing that my name is Beavis, and I can't see the Queen hiring someone with a name like Beavis.
Well, you don't talk like I do, so I mean, I don't know what accent I have.
I'm fairly certain we're just
What?
a bad. Did you just bail on the bit?
I did. What you didn't know, Beavis, is I'm totally a surfer dude.
Right on, man.
I'm homeless. I can have whatever accent I want. There's like a world of homeless people, man.
Oh, that's quite incredible.
You know, what's really interesting about you is you just stand there with that red hat on, and I've got this red beanie, which is like pretty close anyways. So, I mean, like, why don't you just adopt it? Because you're kind of like sweating everywhere. There's like a puddle underneath you.
I don't believe in adoption.
Adoption of what? Like, I'm not talking you take a child here. Like, that's cost money, man.
I come up with my own ideas, and then I peddle those, and then that's because it's what I do
Well,
and what I
you
buy.
pedal a
and
lot because I see you riding your bike every Thursday, man.
Bike.
Yes.
You know that we use horses.
Well, your horse is pretty metal and like roundular and stuff.
Roundular is a very excellent word. You just lost.
Dang it. I was trying to keep it in character.
Beautiful.
Jason.
You're like freaking shape-shifting, John.
I don't know what happened to me up there.
Are we gonna keep going with this, or are we gonna move on? Because
We're
I'm
going to move
pretty
on
sure
because
Move
apparently
on.
Jason is heartless.
Apparently, Jason finds nothing funny.
I find nothing funny.
And is a master of
Not-
just total
I just
stiff
wait for everyone
silence.
else. Yeah. Just wait for everyone else
You
to
also
screw
like
up.
repeated what we said a lot. So I don't know if that's like a theory behind you're not breaking.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
method.
it's a theory. I
Method.
internalize it and then I bring it back
I
out.
also saw you pinching your nipples. Does that help?
No,
I
that's
just made it up.
just
I just imagined it and
I
made
just
it
do
up.
that.
All the humor just hides in your beard.
you imagined it.
I imagined it happening.
He's laughing now. He's laughing
You
now.
wouldn't be the first.
He's laughing now.
All right, here we go. So we have a couple sponsors that help the OK Show continue to run like a well-oiled machine. John, go ahead and read that.
Brought to you by Theater Popcorn. You thought you had self-control, but then you went through 2 XL buckets without sharing and will soon be investing in antacid.
Beautiful. All right, so we're going to move on to some more complicated games. Now, what we just did was warm-up games, and let's explain these kind of starter games. And these are basically the kind of games that we've been doing on the show with guests that don't do improv at all, and they've been freaking killing it. But this first game is called Onion Peel. And Kelly, why don't you explain what this game is and why it's good to do?
Yeah. So usually Onion Peel is played with about 6 or more players. We're going to do it with 4, but it's a great game to start establishing scenes and incorporating all of the actors or improvisers into the scene one by one. It starts with an individual who does their own individual solo scene, and then someone will join with kind of an inspired new idea based off their scene and start a totally different direction, like go in a different direction. And then we add another person in, so you have a totally new 3-person scene, a totally new 4-person scene. And then you take those people out. So one by one, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're left with that loner doing his own scene, but maybe time has passed or something's changed. It's a good scene for an audience. They get to see kind of different aspects of each improviser and what they can do.
Okay, this is actually, I think this is the first time that I played this game.
Okay, all right.
So I'll be the last.
Oh gosh, Billy really messed up my shoulder. Oh, he was picking on me all the time. I really thought I could stand up to him. You know, so tough. I don't know.
Richard, come in here to the nurse's office, please. I need you to come in here, and I need to take a look at your face. It's broken out into a red rash. It's hideous. I don't like what I see, Richard.
I'm sorry. I've been camping and
I see my mom with all these like natural remedy like faith creams and stuff.
Oh,
so
Richard,
I just
no.
saw these leaves and I said I'm just gonna put them on my face.
Oh, Richard, no. Okay. I don't know why you had to come into school with that hideous face of yours, but I'm going to put on a natural cream. It's going to be a natural cream, and it's going to take care of that. I can't take care of all the kids making fun of you, Richard.
I just want a solution. That's all I want. It's whatever you want.
Nurse Tamara, we really need to talk about your methods with the students. You're being rather forceful, and we really need to what's his butt over here? He came to me crying. He's not in any of my classes, so but I really, really feel like I need to address this. He seemed very upset by how you were addressing the rashes.
Oh,
I saw you talking to that little kid, and he just wanted some help, and I just was like, why?
I'm so sorry, but I'm the medical professional here. I am a nurse. Okay, I went to school for this, so I can identify and properly treat these rashes on the children. And I'm sorry if the child is being a little bitch.
Can you know? What if someone comes in here and they need all the help in the world and they can't help it? What if their medical condition is being a bitch? Are you gonna be able to help them then?
Sweet mother of Moses, it's Mickey Mouse!
Hi, fellas!
Oh my goodness,
Mom,
Jerry!
I'm so excited to be here!
Oh, Jerry, I'm so glad to bring you here.
Oh, gosh, you should say hello to my friend here.
Oh, hi guys, it's Goofy.
Jerry, it's Goofy.
Jesus, it's Goofy!
Welcome to Disney World.
Now, Jerry, don't get too excited. I didn't put your diaper on, okay? So I need you to calm down.
Sweet mother of God!
Oh, no.
Hey, boy, are you ticklish?
Oh, please don't tickle him.
Touch me more, Goofy! Touch me more!
Please don't tickle him. He's got an uncontrolled bladder, and he just wanted to see you guys, but I don't want him urinating.
Mickey Mouse! I literally just peed myself!
Oh, it smells like pee and feces.
Okay, now listen, I'm your boss, and I understand that you're the medical professional here, but the problem is not so much your expertise, but the tone you're taking with the kids. they feel like you are a position in a position of authority. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe if we could just, talk to them at their level instead of, at your obviously superior level.
Sure.
I came to this meeting, thought we were going to get something out of it, but I don't even know what's going to come of it.
You, sir, need a counselor, and I need you to stop being
All right,
a
this is
little.
a perfect example. Instead of it being accusatory and saying, you need to go to the counselor, how about saying something like,
Something nice.
it sounds like something that the counselor could help you with.
Fine. Okay, listen, I'm going to put this liquid in your face. Not on it, but in your face. I'm going to inject it with a needle, okay? It's going to sting, and I need you to just kind of suck that up and just deal with it. But it's going to make the rash go away.
Is it just the organic stuff, or is it natural remedies?
Oh, no. This is chemicals. It's chemicals I found in the cleaning storage closet, but they're totally safe, okay?
Is it my only option?
If you want to continue going to the school, yes.
Just bring it on, Earth. Bring it on.
Fine. Great.
Well, Billy, you win today, but you're not going to win tomorrow. Soon as I bandage this up, I'm coming to school, and I'm going to suck you a good one.
Yes. So that was Onion Peel, and I want to talk a little bit about joke structure. Improv is not about just being funny. It's about setting up a joke and then landing the joke. So tell me about how you guys go about doing that in a scene that is completely unscripted.
You just hope for the best.
I think one of the things that I've grown to learn is that funny comes out of natural, everyday things. And the sooner that you stop trying to be funny, the sooner you're going to notice what normal things in everyday life are hilarious. And then you're going to start to play on those kinds of things. Because we do that all the time. But we've had some warm-ups and just like kind of beginning games when we were in like practice and stuff like that. That we're just having an everyday scene and you're trying not to be funny. And the goal is not to be funny. And we'll ring the bell as soon as something's funny. Or like everybody laughs. And you're like, start over.
Yeah.
And it's surprising how quickly doing laundry can become hilarious.
Sure,
yeah.
You're hitting the audience where they totally feel related to, you're touching on things that they can understand and grasp, and that's really important when you're setting up a joke. I mean, knowing that the audience is going to feel you on that same level.
Yeah.
And just being able to turn everyday things on their head in a very absurd kind of way.
Right.
Or look at them from a different angle.
Misdirection.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like on its surface, this, scene could be about, family relationships, but really it's about Mussolini and his, rise to power as subtext.
Yeah.
And you can, work in that kind of
I've always thought that was one really
yeah.
interesting formula of a joke of juxtaposition and misdirection, and misdirection can kind of be wrapped into juxtaposition of. And juxtaposition is like water, wine, a rock. Well, that last part is kind of out of nowhere and has nothing to do with the first three, and it catches the audience off guard, and so that is kind of a formula for being a joke.
Yeah.
And then the other one would be misdirection, which is it's going one way, and then something completely out of left field comes in. What were some of the previous jokes that we just did? There was a couple of misdirections that were in there.
Was when she was doing the medicine in the face, and it was like, oh, she's giving him medicine. Oh, he's like talking about like whether it's organic or not. She was like, well, I'm gonna give it to you. Like, is this my only option? Well, if you want to keep going to this school or not, yes.
Yeah. Right. So we're gonna play another game called Shoulda Said, and we played this before on the show, but not with awesome improvisers.
Because we're totally awesome.
John, explain Shoulda Said.
Shoulda Said is we're going to carry out a normal scene, and we're going to get a suggestion, and we're going to have two people. We might even have a walk-on. Just depends on if the scene is lacking or if we needs that extra oomph. Explain what?
Explain a walk-on.
A walk-on. A walk-on is some games we have it, and we always have them enter. And I think originally it's just been created because sometimes a scene, as much as you try, will not be landing, and you just need that one person to come on and just give it that extra oomph that it needs for the audience to like get back in the game. And
it introduces a new energy that wasn't there
exactly.
before.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, they
there
might have heard something or seen something that could be taken in a juxtaposed way or
Yeah,
a totally
yeah.
misdirected way and
It's
add
definitely-
something that you weren't thinking of.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a nice little crutch that the other people on stage know that if this scene just tanks or if it's not going where they had planned, they know that there's someone that could come in and save us. Now, for the rest of should have said, we'll be carrying out the scene and someone will say maybe a word, maybe a phrase. Say, I'll be like, oh yeah, I went outside to feed the donkey. Oh yeah, I went outside to feed the cat. Oh yeah, I went outside to feed myself.
And there's a juxtaposition right there.
You change the word, you change something, and I tend to lean towards that formula. And it's like same, different.
Yeah, that's
when
kind
I'm
of
playing
an
this
insider
kind of-
secret with games is that you do it 3 times and the third
Yeah.
one is way off.
Yeah, and sometimes it's funny to not change it too much, and we'll have people ring the bell 500 different times.
Yeah.
and you just
That's
run out
also
of
fun,
things.
exhausting the poor actor.
Oh man,
So here we go. We're gonna do should have said. It's gonna be a scene with Jason and Kelly, and
let's go with a object. Dental floss.
Dental floss.
All right, here we go. Should have said with dental floss.
Okay. So we've been over this a few times. Obviously, we couldn't bring the guns with us because it's going to make too much noise. The knives are going to leave fingerprints. So we're slitting throats tonight.
Yeah. Yes. Slitting throats like with a wire,
Yeah.
with, guitar strings, with my sharp fingernails.
Exactly. Because that's why I've been having you file them down, going to the nail salon every week.
They're pointy.
They
They
are
are
very
pointy,
pointy.
and they're also stylish. I got French tips.
Oh, and they're gorgeous too.
Oh, thank you.
They're just, so pointy, and I really like the sparkly lacquer that they put on there.
Thank
It's really
you.
nice.
No one notices. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, they're going to be covered in blood soon, but whatevs.
Well, I mean, it's just, consider it getting your nails done again.
Right.
You're treating yourself.
Right. Treat yourself. Right. Like gift me my own good things. Right. Like I'm going to make you pay for this after I murder a bunch of people. Right.
Totally.
you're going to pay for that.
Well, hopefully they'll have some money on them that we can kind of pilfer.
Stealing.
Yeah, I mean, you don't just kill people for no reason.
Oh,
You don't just kill people to steal their money.
right.
You don't just walk out and break into someone's house and slaughter them mercilessly and not take something for yourself.
Right. Because we're not sociopaths, right?
Right. I mean, we do this for a reason.
Yes.
We do this for the fun of it. We do this because we don't know anything else.
Right.
We do this because we cannot help but feel sorry for these people and just take them out of their terrible lives that they think are just so happy.
It's a public service.
Exactly.
It's for the common good. It's because that dude that runs around upstairs told me to.
That dude running around upstairs is my father. That dude running around upstairs is my cousin. That dude running around upstairs jumped out the window last week.
What?
Yeah.
What? I've been hearing him ever since, though. Like, maybe he's in my head now. What? No, that's so sad. What? I just thought I talked to him yesterday, but apparently it wasn't him.
Well, did you talk to him in the house or
I-
outside of the house?
no, I
because
went
he
up-
could still be alive.
He's haunting me. He's haunting me.
He's haunting you. Oh, no. Well, if that's the case, we know who we got to call. I'm
I'm not gonna say it.
No
way.
New song.
Tell me, how am I supposed to live without you? Was exactly.
Wait.
I'm gonna fight 'em all. A 7-nation army couldn't hold me back.
I'm sorry. I thought we were going a totally different direction with that song, but you hit me to my core.
We are a 7-nation army.
We are. Well, I'm ready to do this murder thing.
All right, let's do this murder thing.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful. So that was a great example of juxtaposition. A nice little insider comedy trick.
Yeah, and I want to throw out there too, just because we got the suggestion dental floss. Obviously, that wasn't even really brought up, but we kind of took it in a direction that.
Well, yeah, because the initial idea was I was gonna, slit people's throats with
with
dental
dental
floss.
floss,
Right, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
that never
Still
came out.
slitting
But
people's
yeah.
throats, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, all that matters.
And John, talk about the bell. Talk about the controlling the bell.
The bell is
You're not ringing it at just random places. Like, it's
no,
strategic.
it's mostly like taglines. Like you really got to get a feel for a good moment to like a word or a phrase that when changed becomes hilarious, and it changed the entire idea of what the statement they just made. That's where the funny comes in. Is when they were going down this road, and you said nope.
Yeah, and
Dead
that
end.
story just keeps
Dead
changing.
end, buddy.
And I love how with that game, it's constantly introducing new information that they had no idea that they were going to end up on. So we're going to play the next game. This is kind of an intermediate game again. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly. And Kelly, could you explain this game?
Yeah, it's an interview game. Typically, you have an interviewer or someone who is asking the audience to question 3 people who happen to be experts in a certain subject. Typically, we get that subject as a suggestion. The premise kind of goes, one person gives good advice, one person gives bad advice, and one person gives advice that probably you'd never hear or think of or wish to hear ever in your life. So,
another juxtaposition situation.
Yeah, each person picks their own character and sticks to that, but they don't always have to be normal characters, I'd say, as well.
So who wants to be the host here?
I'm fine with questioning if you guys want to play. You guys,
yeah, sure.
Well, Kelly, you have a wonderful interview question generator.
Wonderful.
So there we go. And if
Now,
it does,
we are experts in what subject, though?
oh, and everything.
In everything.
Yeah, you
all
can be
encompassing everything.
You can
Okay.
pick one.
We are
Sure it doesn't
sources
You
work.
have been
all-
conjured from the depths of whatever
Yes.
You
mystical
can just keep
universe.
pressing it. So I mean, whatever.
So yeah, I'm gonna start with maybe one specific thing, but we'll go off into everywhere land.
All right.
Right.
Who's
Who's
So
gonna be good?
Jason's going to be good.
I'll be bad
You'll be bad. John's going to be bad, and then I will be ugly.
because you are.
Well, this is the game. This is one of
You're
my
only
favorite
ugly
games I
to
used
me,
play with you
Brian.
guys.
Only to me.
I'm just butt ugly.
No, just to me.
That's why this is why it's an audio podcast.
Yeah, you got a face for radio.
yeah. So this is the good, the bad, and the ugly, starting now.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me here in Westminster, Oklahoma. Yes, that's a town. We're at City Hall here, and we're going to ask these fine individuals some questions about our fine Oklahoma government. That's right, Oklahoma government. It's going to be really fun. They are experts. I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves, but you probably already know them. All right, let's start with number 1 over here. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, I am Oklahoma City Councilman Flores McGillicuddy.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Flores McGillicuddy. Can you please briefly describe your position here in the government and what you do?
Well, to be completely honest, I just kind of listen to the mayor talk about whatever it is he wants to do.
Good.
And, make up my own mind as to whether or not that's a good idea or a bad idea based on what my constituents tell me. And
Great.
if I disagree with my constituents, well, they elected me to represent them. So sometimes there's a little push and pull there.
Right, yeah. Suck it, audience.
Right?
All right, number 2, can you please introduce yourself? Explain what you do in the government here in Oklahoma.
Yes, I am Mayor Goodman.
Mayor
And,
Goodman.
I'm Mayor Goodman of Westminster, Oklahoma.
Mayor of Westminster, that's very nice.
I found myself in this office.
Wonderful. All right. And,
It's been a good run. I'm just kind of on the way out. I mean,
Okay.
whatever.
number
We'll see how these things go.
Right. Okay. You're finished.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3. Go ahead and introduce yourself to our fine fellows here.
Yes, thank you for having me on your fine program. I just want you to know that I'm not going to tell you my name because it's private. And as far as my residence goes, well, I happen to live inside of a large volcano on the side of town that no one knows about, but that's neither here nor there. Go on.
All right. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, so Flores was it? Flores
Yes,
McGillicuddy?
Flores McGillicuddy.
All right, Flores. I have kind of
You can call me Flo.
Flo. Wonderful, Flo. It sounds like one of our fine audience members has a problem with their pet. What do you do when your dog gets ill? Number 2.
Well, as you know, I'm in office. So, being in office, we are encouraged to have friendly animals.
I had a beagle named Clove, and little Clove, they didn't feel like he looked best on camera. So they went ahead and replaced him every 6 months without me knowing. It explains why a lot of the household items got destroyed and the bad habits kept changing. And I thought I was training my dog correctly, but whatever looks best for the country,
All right. I have no idea how to kind of.
Yeah, neither do I. I
Cram
don't know
that
which
into
one. I don't know how long ago I lost Clove.
Okay.
All right.
Clove.
Clove is gone. Clove, hey, Clove, if you're out there, little boy, Daddy loves you. And I would just like to say, I miss your warm snuggles at night.
Okay. That's embarrassing. Flo, can you please give maybe some more normal insight on how to handle a pet being ill?
Well, usually when my pets get ill, it's because it's of their own doing. And they've eaten something they weren't supposed to eat, so you force feed them hydrogen peroxide, so they vomit up whatever it was that they weren't supposed to eat. Based on their body weight, you don't want to go in there just mamby-pamby and just pour a bottle of hydrogen peroxide down your Papillon's throat. You'll kill the damn thing. Yeah. But no, you can definitely, there are ways you could take care of it yourself if you're of limited means, or you could go down to the local clinic and have them check your pup out, and maybe they swallowed something they weren't supposed to. Maybe they got, canine AIDS.
Oh my. I didn't realize it was a thing, but apparently it is. I'm so sorry if your animal has had canine AIDS before.
Not my animal in particular, but one of my constituents did have some complaints about some canines in the area with making some questionable decisions with their sexual propriety.
Sounds like maybe a subject we need to take up with animal control, perhaps.
I think you're right, absolutely.
Yes. Okay, a mysterious numero tre over here. I'm kind of taking a liking to you with your mysteriosity.
Yes, it happens,
Can you please tell me what you do with your ill pets? I'm curious.
Well, I don't really have that problem, really, because whenever my canine companion reaches a terrible demise, I use them for fuel for the Zeppelin. I'm provided by another dog named Clove, and the Zeppelin continues to stay in the sky, and so it just continues to happen over and over. I'm not sure who's providing these canines, but it's really lovely. The Zeppelin's doing quite well.
All right, so you just basically adopt or kidnap or capture a new animal, or just wanders into your Zeppelin area?
I have an associate who takes care of all that. His name is Johnson. And Johnson provides me with all of Cloves, I'm sorry. And the Zeppelin continues to stay in the sky, and
right.
Eventually we shall take over the world. But as you were saying,
yes,
Master, I have this sack of puppies for you.
Oh.
Where would you like me to leave these puppies?
Yes, Johnson, why don't you put that in the corner over there?
Oh, yes, in the corner. As
Yes,
always,
indeed.
thank you, sir.
Yes, they're adorable.
I'm sorry, we only have one more question left. Time for one question, everybody. So please maybe direct this more toward, governmental issues, since it's kind of a city hall meeting. Okay. It looks like we have one last question. All right. What's your least favorite food to eat?
Well, my least favorite food to eat is the, what do you call it? That food that people make from, Syria, and it's just, it's ethnic.
Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop you right now. Thank you very much for that input. Yes. Ethnic food. Yes. Mayor, I think we all are very curious about what your least favorite food is to eat.
Well, as you know, I'm in office. So, being in office, they recommend a strict regimen and diet plan.
Yes.
And that involves, apparently I'm a vegetarian now.
Oh my God. Can you go any slower?
I used to like meat. I used to like a lot of things. You know who else liked meat? Clove. And yeah. Johnson has been working for me since the very beginning, and apparently you've been the one replacing all the dogs, and you gave it to this guy?
Okay, all right.
My dog Clove has been running his mother.
I'm so sorry. No.
His Zeppelin. Huh?
Mayor.
Huh?
Please,
Well,
please.
I'm in my last term. I don't give a shit.
No, you are. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
As
I'm
you know, I'm in
so
office.
sorry that our mayor has just cursed on live television.
Vegetarians.
I hate to ask this, but fine. Let's ask. What is your least favorite food, mysterious man whom I am hoping to take to dinner later?
Better not have eaten clove.
Kale.
I'm so sorry. I'm no longer interested. Thank
It's
you.
absolutely disgusting.
Yes. That.
But when it's wrapped in clove, I will say that is quite delicious. I mean,
Oh my
let's
gosh,
just
you
say-
ate clove!
I mean, we
Hold on,
throw
let me at 'em.
clove
Let
up
me at
into
'em.
the furnace.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm
keep
so
the sound
sorry.
going,
Right now.
And then it's absolutely
We have
delicious.
lost control of the city hall.
All right. Welcome back to Sanity.
That was beautiful.
That was the good, the bad, and the ugly. That was fun playing that with you guys again. It's been a cool minute. As soon as you're saying you're losing dogs, I'm like, well, I know where I'm
As soon as
going.
you said Johnson, I was like, he works for me.
Yeah.
man.
And that's the fun thing. Let's talk about that for a second, because that's kind of the fun thing about there's a progression here. Because there's that juxtaposition aspect to the game, but then there's also something that the previous person will say that may give you an idea for a
Sure,
joke.
building
And-
on, yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, for me as the last person in that line, like, I had plenty of time to start coming up with stuff to kind of throw things totally off.
It's a beautiful thing called a gift, and normally
And that's
we
not
work.
talent.
No,
that
no,
is
it's
what?
Sometimes it's talent, sometimes it's just an accident. You know, we do a lot of exercise, and you want to give your partner in the scene a gift. You want to give them like endowments. You want to give them suggestions and little hints and little presents that add information and depth to the scene and can overall make them hilarious.
Yeah, you're setting them up for success, offering up a lot of different options of where to take the scene.
Yeah. And it's I love listening and bringing in just like the smallest bit of information that someone might have thought that was just like a minuscule part of their character, and I'll bring it back as like a main part. Love it.
So we're gonna play some actual. Oh, actually, we have some sponsors that we have to read. The Okie Show is brought to you by.
Mommy's juice. Drink it first thing in the morning. It's the only drink that will get you through that awful show, Caillou. It's wine. You're drinking wine. Every morning.
Gotta love that mommy
All
juice.
the soccer moms just like, yes.
It's wine. We all know it.
So we're running a little short on time, so we're gonna play some longer games.
Yay!
That makes
yeah,
sense.
Short on time.
We're short
Long
on time.
games.
Longer games. So let's play this next game John invented while we're sitting here. And that's the great thing about improv games. Let's talk about that for just a second. Like improv games, Kelly, what all does it take to make an improv game?
Oh gosh, I mean, you know, it's as easy as finding one funny, maybe one funny suggestion or something interesting about the way an action is done. Or I mean, in this case, with this game that was just thought up, you know, we were looking for possible suggestions and on a cell phone. We were just, you know, hoping to find we don't have an audience member, right? So we don't have anyone to get suggestions from.
Right.
So, you know, John got creative over here, pulled out his cell phone, and then decided that we could turn it into a game by using that cell phone and all the suggestions in a recurring manner over and over again. And
Yeah. And John, go ahead and explain the game. It's called TMI.
Yeah, it's a brand new game.
It's only an hour old.
Copyright via John Gerhardt Tetzloff
In
Jr.
fact, this is the first time it will ever be played. We haven't even rehearsed this game.
Snap.
Whoa!
World premiere.
Take note, everyone.
Okie Show world premiere.
With a group effort, we called it TMI, too much information, because that's exactly what the actors are going to be getting, is too much information. They're going to hold a regular scene, and every 30 seconds, my phone is going to change suggestions, and I'm going to shout it at them, and they're going to have to incorporate it into the scene one way or another, maybe indirectly, maybe directly. We'll see what happens.
Yep. There you go. So the scene's going to be with Jason and Kelly, and I will be a possible walk-on. And let's get a starting topic.
Visitor.
All right. TMI world premiere in 3, 2, 1.
Oh God, seriously, Stephen, your mother's coming. You could have told me before, like, I don't know, 5 minutes ago when I could clean the toilet. She's gonna judge my toilets.
Well, it is Christmas is coming.
Okay.
And she comes every year, so I figured it was just kind of understood that she would be staying with us this year.
Well, you never told me that she wasn't dead this year, okay? So every year I expect to hear that maybe she's dead and
Cars.
like she died in like a horrible, really painful car crash. I don't know how she dies. I don't know how your mother's going to go out in this world, but I know that it's probably she's going to judge me first, very harshly with her words, before she dies.
Well, that hypothetical scenario would only make sense if you were in the car with her, which you would never be caught dead in a car with my mother, right?
No, of course not. She's a horrible driver.
True.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like, why? I mean, that scenario doesn't even make any sense, honey.
No,
What are
I
you
would
thinking?
never be. I have to sit in the same room with her at dinner, and that's like about as much as I can handle.
Right.
Oh, you're funny. You tell such funny truths.
Sometimes you gotta come to terms with the shortcomings of your own family. I understand my mother can be a pain sometimes.
A pain.
Yeah.
You're just gonna say she's just a pain.
Crime.
I mean, I understand that she did embezzle $15,000 from my own business, but she needed that money.
That was for our children's college fund. It was for our children. She took it. Maybe I'm not one. You know what? Christmas is a time for not judging, right?
Right.
Right. So I guess I won't judge your mother about taking our children's college fund.
And I mean, in all fairness, she's still around. She has a little bit of money saved up after, her surgeries and her, medical condition.
Right, because she was beaten in prison.
Let's not bring the prison part into
Okay, I
this.
won't bring the
She only
prison
gets out
part
once
up.
a year.
Fine.
Honey.
Oh.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hi, Mrs. Raven.
Just so glad that
Lead.
I'm so glad that you decided to lead me in the right direction finally, because this is getting taxing.
I'm glad that you were able to stop that stealing of yours. I say that in the lightest, most funny way. Caring and loving.
That's a nice necklace you have.
Now, Mother, we've talked about this. I know you just just got out, but let's try to steer our attention at things like family and togetherness, and your grandchildren are
Religion.
here. And Jesus is the reason for the season.
Yes, it's
so
Christmas.
He's so great. He's
Christmas
just
time.
the best.
Oh, did you find Jesus in prison?
He's
Is that-
just the best, especially when he takes care of all of those people.
Wait, Jesus takes care of sins, not people. What people did he take care of for you? And are we talking
Oh.
about the same Jesus?
The infidels,
Oh.
Whoa! The
Okay.
infidels.
Okay, I
The
can't
infidels.
Mother, can
Songs.
I have a sidebar with you for a second?
Sure, honey.
All
Let's
right.
talk. Let's talk. Do you have a cigarette?
Yes. Here. Do you
I'm
need a?
so glad you
Here
haven't
you
quit
go.
yet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know.
All right, honey. What do you want to say?
I know when you were in prison, you learned all those little sing-songy limericks about taking care of the infidels. But those aren't. I mean, you were in Guantanamo Bay. You need to consider the source. Those aren't the kinds of carols that we need to be singing this time of year.
They're beautiful carols, and he wrote them so well.
I know Jesus did a really good job, but his name, it's pronounced Jesus.
Building.
It's not. It's pronounced Jesus. And I mean, you were stuck in that prison, in that building for so long with these criminals.
I was with a lot of guys named Jesus, and for some reason, they all had huge balls.
It's amazing.
Planes.
And I know Jesus didn't fly that plane into the building, but he's still guilty of crimes against humanity.
Skin.
Well, I mean, he just had the best skin. I mean, whenever you're just alone.
Did he have any skin tips? Because my wife,
Wilderness.
my wife, ever since we went on that camping trip, my wife's been really struggling with some of the poison oak she picked up. Did he give you any skin tips?
Wood.
Well, I could give you some wood tips.
Some wood tips.
Oh, I'll tell you a thing or two.
okay. But-
Writing.
The toilets are clean. I'm sure they're cleaner than they were in prison. So if you want to come check them out, if you ever need to urinate in our toilets,
Beast.
feel free to, release the beast or whatever they call it, drain the dragon or whatever.
Jesus could release the beast in the toilet, I'll tell you that.
And scene.
Oh, that was
Yes.
a beautiful game. I loved that.
Yes.
I like how that goes. I like how you accelerated it at the end there.
yeah.
That was
Yeah,
a good choice.
You have to.
Well, talk about that a little bit because
TMI.
there's a trick there.
You talking about like increasing it at the end? Because
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
trying to like.
That's a little improv technique in shows for live audiences.
I don't even know how to explain it. You explain it because you
Well, it's
knew
like
how
a
to
law
call
of
it out.
momentum.
Well, I feel like it just
Oh, there we go,
escalates
yeah.
it escalates the risk. The what am
Yeah.
I
It
thinking?
gives it heightens the you have more to lose, right? Or
Yeah.
more to gain from each suggestion, and it causes the action to happen a lot faster.
Yeah,
The debut. Surprise.
World premiere of TMI.
I like it. That was a fun game. That was a lot like should have said, but like there's just a crap ton of should have said. Should have said or not should have said. I'm sorry. I'm thinking whose line.
We already played should have said and
already
explained
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm thinking whose line is it anyway, and that's a game where you have lines that are written,
Yeah.
and the actors pull
Pull
out.
'em out.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
And we
similar
have
to
them on
that.
pieces of paper, and we just like throw them into random parts of the scene. But I guess this is like a new take on it.
I think that's how a lot of improv games are kind of formed. I mean, in Casual Friday, when we were in Casual Friday, we tweaked a couple games to be specifically business oriented.
Yeah.
Water cooler. that was
Yeah,
fun.
water
Oh,
cooler.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We took, a basic maybe structure of a game, but added our own twist, and that's a lot of times I think how games are created for the audience and maybe the specific
and
troupe.
that's also how, like you were
Yeah.
just about to say before I rudely interrupted
No,
you.
no, no,
How a
it's
lot
fine.
of troops,
Dick.
Yeah, hey.
Dick. I don't have one, so I can say it.
Yeah, true. True
Or
that.
do I?
Anyway, you continue the thought that I was going to finish.
No, yeah, no. Forming a game maybe to fit your troupe's personality or your troupe's theme. Take One does a lot of movie. They do movies, literally movies in a show.
I think we've gone away from that.
Oh,
Yeah, we
well,
kinda backed
it's
off of
been
it.
That's
10
what having
months.
a kid happens.
Yeah.
It's been 10 months since
Yeah.
I've been there. So, but at the time, we kind of morphed a lot of our games to that specific genre, like creating movie or whatever we were doing. But now, do whatever you guys do. Whatever, bitches, I'm out. Someday I'll come back.
Mic drop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, let's kind of wrap it up. Would you like to have any kind of final remarks to give to anybody that's interested in getting into improv comedy, into acting? What advice would you give?
Well, don't be afraid of it. I mean, I discovered improv from acting. I was a theater major and, thought I was going to be an actor.
An
Of course.
actor.
Yes. I did a lot of Shakespeare. And one day in class, we had someone come do some improv games in class, and I thought it was way better than doing any shows I've done. And just tried it out. I mean, you can't be afraid to fail. That's just, don't be afraid to try it out. And if you suck at it, so what? You suck at it, but at least you tried. It's fun.
Yeah, we joked around a little bit about, people failing at improv games, but there really is no such thing as failing at an
Right.
improv
No,
game.
absolutely not. And that goes with everything.
Yeah. And sometimes failure for an audience can be one of the more fun aspects of improv when somebody just up there and just blows it and you get to laugh and they get to have a laugh and they get to go home and nurse their ego and drink themselves to sleep. But they didn't really fail.
The audience still enjoyed it, right?
Exactly. It's all a game. And to answer, I know we're kind of rabbit trailing here a little bit, but to answer your question about if people are interested in getting into improv, I know we're kind of like softening it for people, but if you're really interested in doing it, OKC Improv, they go to their website, just OKCimprov.com.
OKCimprov.com.
Yep.
They're on
You-
Facebook. They're on Twitter.
They're on Facebook, Twitter. You can sign up for classes. There are several really good books about improv. UCB released the Comedy Improvisation Manual recently. It's an excellent resource. There's a book called Truth in Comedy. It was written by several people from Second City or associated with Second City and are just powerhouses. Del Close. It's one of the big names.
Get on Netflix and watch Ass Cat. I mean, if you want to
Oh,
see
yeah.
a good
Oh,
example
so
of
good.
UCB's Ass Cat, man. I mean, you'll see Amy Poehler rocking the house down, and
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing is actually getting out and seeing improv and listening to improv.
Yeah, absolutely. And lastly, you guys are all actors, and so I want you to plug yourselves because you're fantastic actors and you're very creative actors. So I'd love to see you guys getting cast into things. And directors and producers out there better be freaking listening to these people because they're really, really good. So Kelly, let's plug you.
all right.
Where can we find you on social media?
All right. Well, yeah, Kelly Lawson. Find me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. It's a lot of pictures of my kids, but I'm also on there looking cool.
Creepy.
Yeah. And I tweet. I do tweet.
You're in the Twitters?
Yeah, K_law18, I think is my tweet's name. So, or whatever it's called.
So hip.
Yeah, definitely.
And Jason, where can we
hubbub.
find you?
Well, I would preface this by saying I'm more of a improviser than an actor and more of a musician than an improviser. But still, yeah. Is it still Take One Improv?
Take One Productions.
Take One Productions.
Take One Improv.
Yeah, we're on Facebook and Twitter. I've got some projects that I'm going to be working on, a gaming, improv-based YouTube gaming channel.
Yes.
That I'm trying to launch here after the beginning of the year. So yeah, that, and then if you want to follow me around, I'm personally on Facebook, but I've also got Jason and the Executives.
Yes.
Is my
plug the music.
Okay, yeah, I'll plug the music. So I did this little project here back in April called Jason and the Executives. It's my one-man band. And by one-man band, I mean I don't play it live because it's impossible, but I played all the instruments, and they're all like short, less than 30-second songs, except for one, which you'll find when you get there. Centered around, it's a comedic type of musical project.
And John?
First and foremost, I have two names right now because I'm going through a transitionary period of changing my stage name.
So you're going to become the next Caitlyn Jenner?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just kidding.
Look for the articles in the tabloids.
Johanna Tetzloff.
My real name is John Tetzloff, so you'll probably find a lot of stuff with my name listed as that. And
Jesse Tetzloff.
And then in the future, I'm going to switch it over to John Gerhardt, which I'm also kind of doing some of the...
That's your stage name.
That's my stage name. Yeah, John Gerhardt.
Actor.
And but yeah, first and foremost, I'm going for my education right now. So if you want to see any shows up at the University of Central Oklahoma, I'll be heavily involved with those more than anything right now. And then after that, I'm hoping to move out to Chicago. And
No, you're not. No,
yes,
you're not.
I will send
a
a postcard, and I will fly back as often as I can.
Whatever,
'cause
we're
I'm
all
looking
coming to you.
I'm
We're
looking
gonna come
I'm
visit
looking
you.
to take Second City by storm. So
We'll
see what happens when I
Second
get
City,
there.
all of it. Yeah, we're gonna be there. We'll visit you.
Yeah.
You'll give us gigs and
Yeah.
stuff.
Sleep on my couch.
Yeah.
There we go. Come visit me and you can sleep on my couch.
Perfect.
And today's episode of the Okie Show is brought to you by Your Internal Monologue. This seems like it's going really well, but you can't really be sure until it's over.
And you can visit the Okie Show at prairiedogpictures.com/blog. You can listen and subscribe. Please subscribe to the podcast at iTunes Podcasts, and just look up Okie Show. And then you can also check me out on Twitter at Okie Show, at Instagram at Okie Show, all over the place. And if you have any kind of news or auditions or anything like that, you can email me at Brian, BRIAN, at prairiedogpictures.com. Thank you guys so much for coming onto the show.
Thank you. It was
Hopefully
fun.
this
Thank
will
you.
not be the only time.
I'm looking forward to coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully next time it will be live. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. This is the Okie Show. Have a great week.
Bye.
Okie Show.